Yo, what's up, mages? Okay, we are using the big camera, which I must admit is a lot heavier than I realised. So we'll see how this goes. But it has stopped raining. It was raining. I thought I'd be stuck with a GoPro. But anyway, give it a go. Now, one thing I didn't realise about this brilliant event was that time zones have changed. And yes, America is now different time zone thing going on in summertime, I guess. And yeah, it started at 6 o'clock today, as opposed to 7 o'clock at normal. So it did catch me out a bit, because I got a notification saying, oh, it started. And I was like, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, it has. Okay, anyway. So that happened. So I have recorded this first little bit here. Did you hear the Calamity has brought a circus to town? Hang on, Constance, these Foundables are from Circus Calamitous, an exploitive travelling show from the 1920s. It may even have ties to Grindelwald. Well, if it's that awful, should we be returning things to it? We have to, I'm afraid. It might seem counterintuitive, but there's no telling what the consequences would be if Foundables weren't returned to the proper time zones. So it's time. I am a passenger. Anyway, return to 3 brilliant Grap-Horn Foundables. I almost said Grape Horn Foundables. Dine in thrice, and brew healing potions 2 times. Potion. And brain elixir, because I like brain elixirs. So brew healing potions twice is now done. Dine it in 3 times needs to be done, which is easy enough, and return 3 brilliant Grap-Horn Foundables. So I'm going to go collect Grap-Horn Foundables and pick up Portkey portmanteaus. Right. So we have our first Grap-Horn. He looks like a little dizzy mess right now. So let's see if we give him a hand. Oh no, I forgot to record. Let's see if we give him a hand. He resisted. He's medium, and I have a whole bunch of basic extreme moves for this very reason. Come on, grapple. Booyah. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. That's my favourite Foundable. So I'm really hoping that after this event that a whole bunch of Circus Calamitous Foundables become available in our registry as normal Foundables. One can hope. Okay, so we have done our first task, which of course didn't take very long. So, 3 brilliant Grap-Horn Foundables. Done it in 3 times. And brew healing potions twice, which is kind of fixing them really, so that's quite cool. And done for our first 2 green books. So now we have defeat 5 first edition challenges, use healing potion 3 times, and earn 500 visiting XP from visiting challenges. So, guess where we're going next? To the fortress. Well, the Grap-Horn is a little bugger to catch. Well, so resistive, even with a basic extreme dose. A lot harder than normal, but and it's also the most annoying one, so it's the most annoying one to catch. But anyway, we are at the fortress, so it's time to fortress some stuff. So we have our 103, which is a good start, but only 668 XP. Well, yes, 668 XP is enough. For some reason, I was confusing it with the bonus event. So, 500 XP done. You've seen impression 3 times. Oh no, is it twice? Oh come on, there were so many oddities earlier. Hello. Okay, so now gives me a healing potion. Tatarende. Okay, let's go. And then we can complete set of task 2. Two out of 3. The RNG is with me today. Defeat 5 foes. Done. Hey. You see the potion 3 times. 3 times, not 2 times. If I tell you, I've got a terrible memory. And then 500 visiting XP. Done. Done. And then done. So that's 2 down. Right, so set off task 3 or 4. Perform 10 Alohomores. I saw a bunch of the magical creatures ones earlier, so that is cool. Identify Brilliant Zouwu. So yeah, and then obtain 3 Portkeys burning 14 portmanteaus. I got all these open, which I will do right now. One of the days of the big XP rewards. Anyway, right, so we're in a clifton space, and we stick that in. I also have a bunch of Duques. Lots of Duques. So we can actually place our Oni. Never thought I'd seen Oni in person. Circus Calamitous must have been an amazing thing to witness, unless you're actually a part of it. Then not so much. Yes, sexes are a bit dodgy. Okay, that's that. I didn't hold out much kind of hope for the dialogue on this one, because yes, it's very much detached. No one actually in the series would know any of these people. Anyway, so I gotta head home and catch a few things, hopefully on the way back, and then I'll see you tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, as the day is Tuesday. What's up, mages? So today is Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. And as you see, there's a little bit of daylight left because I had to get home a bit earlier. Now, what you have to do is you have 2 of our 3 Portkey portmanteaus unlocked. I just whacked a 2k on, so hopefully that should unlock like by the time we get to the end of this day. 2 more Zouwus required. So walk around, get those Zouwus, and then hopefully unlock Portkey. So we are back home in the warm. Thank goodness, it's quite windy out there. And our Portkeys have all opened up, which is perfect timing, as they hadn't done when I arrived. So that is how task 3 is complete. We have done our 10 Alohomore spells, returned 5 Brilliant Zouwus, obtained our 3 Portkey portmanteau doofers. So we can collect our next 5 green books, and unicorn hair, and a mysterious present. So our last set of tasks is 10 formidable foes in Wizarding Challenges, and 1500 Wizarding XP from Wizarding Challenges, and please to be Circus Calamitous Runestones in a Wizarding Challenging Chamber. Now, I had actually knocked a fortress off on the way around, and actually got another final for it, which is pretty cool. So that's 3 for 3. So let's have a look at our House Elf. I know we need to return these valuables, but sending a House Elf back to a time of slavery. Constance, that House Elf has lived his life already. We don't know what that life entailed. Sending these valuables back presents a bit of a moral quandary, no doubt. But we can't know the ramifications of failing to do so. What if this House Elf had some unsung role in bringing down Grindelwald? Not sending him back could be disastrous. Okay, so what we're looking at, obviously with the Calamity, is not exactly a copy of them, but actually them themselves, and if we don't return them, then they have disappeared from history, and it's going to affect the timeline. So, our Grapphorn, the most annoying valuable in the universe. So that must be a Grapphorn. They're terribly strong beasts. I bet this one was used to pull a wagon or something else horrible. Do we say horses are maltreated if having to pull carts? Not really. So we need 2 more Zouwus to complete that one, and of course we need to open our 5 Portkeys. So we're going to open our 3. 2 of them obviously our event one is not. Ooh. This is our Circus Calamitous. We have a candy floss machine, some other vending doofer. Let me know in the comments below if you know what that is. An advert for the Oni Oni. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's the entrance to the tent, and we also have a poster. This is all in French. Some funky thing on the stand. I have no idea what that is. And a little stage. Oh, it's something with bars on, so there'll be some animal stored behind there. They look like ice cream cones, but with kind of lava. Not quite sure what they are. And some balloons. And nice buildings in the background. Ooh, what a nice moon. Very picturesque. It's our first Portkey that's actually outside. Only out of 50 XP. So we'll see. Wouldn't even be worth being a very next run for it. Okay, this one had 2150 XP. Would have been worth being a very next run for that one. And our final Portkey is just our box standard one. So there we have it. We have 3 more to do. I have a silver key as well now, which is very useful. So we can get 2 of those going in one go. So that's pretty much it for today. Now I was kind of hoping to film at lunchtime today, but it never worked out because we got a big coronavirus thing at work. We're preparing for that. So yes, didn't manage to leave the office. And tomorrow I've got a whole bunch of training with Microsoft. So I'm going to get half an hour lunch break there, so we won't have time there either. So far so good. Not too difficult. See you tomorrow. What's up, Taskforce members? Today is Thursday. Apparently we're on a Corona Alert Level 2, which is supposed to mean closing schools and universities and stuff. Apparently doesn't mean that now, when I've gone to it. And apparently all you have to do now for Alert Level 2 contingency is if you feel unwell, stay home. Which is a bit stupid. But there you go, that's just my opinion. What do I know? I only use common sense. So we're going to hit our chamber 2. We need to hit our 3 runestones and to complete our fortress XP and defeat the formidable foes, I think it is. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, also managed to catch all our Zoos, so we'll open those up in a little bit. Okay, so we're back at the house where it is actually warm and not freezing cold, and we did those fortresses. Unfortunately, that's 3 formidable foes off. I must admit I wasn't keeping count at the time. But anywho, never mind. With the Portkey situation, we did absolutely no walking whatsoever because my signal with 3 network is so poor that my key didn't go in the Portkey. So we didn't achieve anything there either. But we can check our registry and see our Zouwu. Oh, a Zouwu! I've heard of these. They're incredibly fast and can travel 1,000 miles in a day. Seems like such a sad life to send it back to. The alternative is that it remains trapped in a whirlwind until some muggle comes across it and violates the statute of secrecy, potentially dying in the process. I know you're right, Harry. I just hate to think of returning that magnificent beast back to its cold cage. Well, at least she likes animals. Just one more Portkey. That'll be tomorrow, I guess. And I'll be working from home tomorrow, so I should be able to record in the daylight. What's up, Taskforce members? Okay, today is Friday. I'm working from home and this is my lunch break, which is good. Now, technically we should have finished yesterday, but I messed up. So we need 3 more formidable foes. So we're going to hit the Tower Chamber 2 again. I actually have to use what they want me to use. So I'm going to put another redstone that I need in. Now this time I'm going to count. Okay, so we've got 1 down. 2 to go. Okay, none that time. Let's do it again. That was commons mostly that time. Sweet! Now we should have everything. Perfect. So, 10 for my dual foes. I quite like this one. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. 2 red books, much needed red books. 3 calamitous ones. And we collect our main rewards. I actually now have no need for green books anymore. I just need red books to finish off the last 2 segments of my registry. So for our bonus, we got another 1500 XP from Whistling Challenges. 30 foes and bridging challenges, obtain 4 Portkeys by unlocking portmanteaus, and return 30 Circus Calamitous Foundables, and perform 30 Elohimora spells. So kind of much of what we had before, essentially. Now, get 2 silver keys for the Elohimora spells. I'm going to go for my last Circus Calamitous one there, before I can finish that. And I have a plethora of 2Ks, so I will concentrate first on the 30 Elohimoras. That way I can get 2 silver keys and get 2 more port keys going. So looking at our registry, I can now collect our fire breather dude. Let's see what Constance has to say. I'd much rather be one of the circus's non-beast performers. At least that fellow could get out and stretch his legs among the crowd. That's a good point. You really don't want a Zouwu to stretch his legs amongst the crowd. I'm not too sure about that. From what I've learned, some of the performers may have been there against their will. A slight hint to a movie, I feel. I really do feel I need to watch Fantastic Beasts number 2 again. Also chatting to Lynette from Wizards PhD, she was also quite eager to do that as well. So I'm going to hand over to Future Me, who will open up the last of the port keys. So this is Future Me here. Thank you, past me. 4 keys. 3 remaining. I've still no idea what those things are. Right, so we get to place our dude. He's rather unpleasant seeming fellow, isn't he? Why do I think he was the one who ran the show? Because he's the ringmaster. Yeah, he was, by all accounts, a deeply awful individual. I'm not sorry to see him go. You'll have seen that the latest surge has begun to subside. It's funny, I hadn't really given much thought to the moral complexities of the calamity until now. I think in some ways returning things to an unpleasant past, or returning unpleasant things to an unsuspecting past, is the hardest part of being a member of this task force. I guess when they go back they're completely unaware, otherwise we would then change the entirety of history by now. Back to past me. So welcome back, thank you Future Me. Right, so a review of this particular event. All in all, it went rather well, I think. So the bonus tasks I've got to do, it'll be interesting to see if I can manage that in time, but that'll be on my Twitter. But up until this point, it's all very good. It could have been a lot worse. Well, luckily 2 things. Luckily the community stepped in and said that the highest chamber challenge was not a good idea. In which case I agree, because I need a lot of potions to do my high challenge. I'm pretty high up. And I imagine those up in the high dark chambers would be going mental over that one. But secondly, luckily the developers also listen to what we say. I'm not quite sure if they actually played the game or not, but they are based in San Francisco, a very populated area, big city, so they have no idea how us folk that have grass deal with the events like this when things are much more spaced out. So one of the good things was we got to see the Zouwu, and everybody loves the Zouwu. I've seen lots of comments online on Reddit, and yes, I am definitely a Zouwu fan. We've also got Nagini and the Kappa coming in part 2. They've invested a lot of effort in making these 3D models and animations. These are not like stickers that you pick up for completing tasks. These require a lot of work. Now, they would not have done this just for a brilliant event, so I reckon I'm going to put my money down on this, that very shortly after the event is complete, we will be getting a new page with at least 3 new foundables on it. So yes, I enjoyed this event. Unfortunately, we have lost our community day down to the coronavirus. This country is business as usual. Currently, we've gone into phase 2. I say it earlier before. But yeah, it's business as usual for us. Although personally, as a family, we are cancelling a number of events. We're going to go to London and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that now. Just because we want to err on the side of caution, and we have older relatives, of course. We want to keep them safe. So let me know in the comments below how this event has gone for you. I do read all your comments, and looking forward to hearing from you how well it's gone for you and what areas that you play in. So until next time, brush up on your spells, get your ones ready, Wizards Unite.